Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Tony's Picks Happy Hour here for Friday, June 20th, 2025. Hey, if you're new to Tony's Picks, welcome aboard. Glad to have you. Make sure you subscribe. And hey, you might even want to turn on that notification bell. That way you get notified when all the newest content drops here at Tony's Picks, because there's a lot of it with all the cameras we got rolling now with us here at Tony's Picks. Getting lots of content for you on the YouTube channel. So definitely go check all that out. Also, hey, we're going to get to the picks rapid fire as we always do. We started the day off with Seattle beating the Cubs there in that one to get us rolling. And then lots of action left here tonight. Congrats to the Pacers last night getting the job done. Means we get a Game 7 here on Sunday going forward this weekend. Excited for Game 7 and the finals. Who doesn't love Game 7s? Just it's like hit of Christmas. You get all excited for these Game 7s. Can't wait for it. On Sunday should be a good one. But we got to get to Friday slate before we get all the way to Sunday. Getting a little amped. I love this weekend card, so let's get it started. We'll go to the cappers, see how they're rolling along here today, and then we'll get to the plays we got rolling in Friday's action. Kicking it over to Ramon to get us started. How are you doing here on the Friday, Ramon?
Yeah, real good, Rod. Thank you. Ready for the weekend, but we found some sports we can bet on tonight. It's just not all about the baseball. Got some hoop, got some 3-down football, and a little other kind of football, some soccer tonight. We got some sports to bet on for sure on Friday night.
Definitely. Also, shout out Ramon for yesterday's soccer. Man, he had the script. Ramon definitely gave you the script. You should have bet that 0-0 draw first half. And then the 1-0 USA win there in the Conca Gold Cup. Shout out to Ramon. Thanks, Ramon. You got me on that halftime. Saved my bet from the draw in the full game because that's where I was sitting. So
it'll calm me down from getting on the Team USA national team's case for at least a couple of days, I guess.
Then you're allowed to get back on them again because they're definitely going to need a better effort from that going forward.
They made it to the next round. That's all they could. That's what we wanted.
Right. How are you doing here on this Friday, Brian?
I'm doing pretty good, Rod. Glad to be back on the show. I missed you guys for a few days there. I was traveling down to Florida, so that was a pretty long, hot trip. Miserable. Did that in a couple days. So just glad to be back and ready to make some money, man.
Definitely looking to make some money heading into the weekend. Can't wait for the weekend action. I don't know what Ron. How you doing here on this Friday, Ron?
I'm doing good. Lost the Cubs this morning, but that's okay. We'll get it back tonight. And you guys know I hit my premiums last night because I gave them to you. You got the parlay, nice Indiana and the under, no doubt about that one. You guys got that one for free. And, of course, the Valkyries, my best bet, came in there last night as well. So, yeah, I like the Valkyries.
Definitely Bulldogs in the WNBA we got last night. That feeling everybody sometimes over. So far I've seen in the WNBA, we've seen a couple back-to-back spots. Watch out for those back-to-back spots. Don't doubt that team that's on the back-to-back spot because they've covered the last two.
2-0
teams in the back-to-back. So, yeah, exactly. So 2-0. Make note, 2-0 teams in the back-to-back spot this year are 2-0. So we'll see if that trend continues because we're hitting that part of the season in the W that we will see a few more of those back-to-back spots. But hey, let's get to the MLB slate we got rolling here tonight to get us started. We got a few games on the board. We're going to start us off here. Looking at Texas taking on the Pirates. DeGrom finally making his start after being pushed back a few games there in that one for Texas. And we got the Tigers taking on the Rays. We got Baltimore taking on the Yankees. We're throwing the White Sox taking on Toronto. And we'll even throw in the Atlanta game as well. Throw in Atlanta taking on the Marlins. We'll start with those five. We'll head on over to Ron to get it started. What do you got in the early slate of MLB?
Yeah, I'm going to look at Texas and Pittsburgh. You know, when DeGrom was pitching for the Mets, I always played him first five. I have no qualms about doing that again. He does a great job first five, so give me the Texas on the money line first five in that one. Baltimore, New York. I know it's Max Fried, Sagano. Max has been really good. Yankees put up 7 yesterday. Finally got out of their slump, but They look at Max Fried, even though he's a great pitcher. That series is traditionally an over, and it looks like 9 right now. You can get to the over, so I would take the over in Baltimore and the Yankees. And flat out, Detroit is just a good team, man. And coming off a loss, I'm always playing them back to back. So coming off that loss, I know it was a doubleheader last night, but I think Flaherty goes down into Tampa and takes care of business. So give me the Detroit Tigers plus money in that one.
Headed on over to Brian. What do you like here in the early MLB slate?
Yeah, I'm going to look at the Pirates-Rangers game. I'm going to lean towards the under in that game. Like Ron said there, DeGrom's on the mound. He's been great as of late for the Rangers there. I mean, we know that both of these sides have problems hitting the ball, and I think Mike Burrows can be fine. I mean, his ERA on the road is 5.19, but I just think the Rangers bats just ain't going to wake up today. So give this the under 7.5. And then we're going to look at the Orioles-Yankees game. I think I'm going to take the under 4.5 first 5 there. I mean, Saganu has been great for the Orioles. He's on the mound today. He has a 3.38 ERA on the road. 3.38 ERA on the season and 2.85 ERA on the road. He's 3-2 as well on the road this season. And then the Yankees have Fried on the mound today. He's been great for them, especially at home. He has a 1.45 ERA. I just think we're going to get under that total.
Head on over to Ramon. What do you like here in this early MLB action here, Ramon?
Yeah, I'll go to a couple of maybe unfamiliar names of some. We're going to look at Atlanta and Miami. Atlanta has their young pitcher, Didier Fuentes, going here, top 10 Braves prospect. Marlins have everyone's favorite Jansen Junk going. They'll be throwing a few pitchers out here trying to keep these Braves bats down right now, but I'm going to go with the under here in this one. It looks like, to me, the move has kind of come in here on the under a little bit, down to 9 under, juiced here. So I'm going to take the under in this one. We'll see how Fuentes does, but he's up against that pretty weak Marlins lineup for sure. Right now, the Marlins and their numbers here with this offense, 24th in runs scored. So give me the under here in this one with Atlanta and Miami. Miami's gone under in 7 of their last 10. So I'll take the under.
And for me, looking at that one, I'll just take the Braves on the run line. Someone's getting kicked in the junk. That's what's going to happen there.
I tried. I mean, I went without doing some type of pun, and here comes Rod.
I just walked right into it. Someone's getting kicked in the junk in that one.
Rod's not grabbing junk. Nope.
Yeah, and I'm definitely not grabbing junk today either. No chance of I reaching in to grab.
We got junk and Kikuchi. What we got going on tonight?
Oh my God, no. Can they take us off YouTube or what?
For what? For getting kicked in the junk? Well, we're not getting kicked in the junk, so we're good. So yeah, give me the Braves on their online in that matchup. And then another one I'm looking at in this spot. You know what? I like the over in Texas and the Pirates. It's just one of those spots that DeGrom, for some reason, out on the road, DeGrom, against these bad teams that aren't winning. You see his record. He's 13-2 to the over versus bad teams. In those scores, his team averages about 6 runs, while the opponent averages 4. So in those 15 games out on the road, we've seen plenty of runs to get us over, and that's at 7. So I like the over in Texas and the Pirates game. And then one more I'm looking at is I don't even care that Fried is on the mound. I am not laying that price with the Yankees. You got to be crazy to be laying that minus 315. It's Fried. Yes, I get it. It's Fried. But the problem is that you got to give him some run support. And I think someone's going to look like an all-star ace. Sagano, I'm not a big Sagano guy, but I think he does well here. This Baltimore squad against these teams all season long, 12-2. Teams that can, with the hard hit contact, that can power teams that are hitting over a home run a game like these Yankees are. For some reason, Baltimore gets up for these games. This is like a divisional thing. Was it 8-5 as Baltimore the last 13 trips into New York as well? So you've been winning money betting Baltimore on the spot. I don't know. I can't. Sorry, Brian. I got to go against your Yankees in this spot to be Baltimore. here in this one. I just can't help the big plus price that you can get with them there. So gotta take a shot. You can take a shot with the run line if you want. Yankees could win it, but by one and still get you plus money with that. Baltimore plus 1.5 is still a nice plus price.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that wraps up the early slate of MLB. Let's head on over to the middle block and we'll get it started with Cincinnati taking on St. Louis. The Mets taking on the Phillies. Milwaukee taking on the Twins. And we'll throw in Arizona taking on Colorado. And then we'll even throw in the Astros taking on the Angels with Kikuchi on the mound. So we'll see. Touch Kikuchi. We'll see what goes on there in that one. Head on over to Ramon. Well, we're going to head it off to
you.
You
Kicked off you too.
In the middle block. Are you grabbing some Kikuchi today?
I'm gonna go to Singer and Palante. I can't get in trouble with these guys' names. With Cincinnati and St. Louis, I got runs early. I think Rod might even like this one. I'm going to go over in the first 5, but maybe even a Yerfie here. I see the Reds getting off to a fast start here against Palante, given the metrics, I think, in this one. So I'm going to take a first 5 here on the show and go over with Cincinnati and St. Louis. And yeah, I'm going to just because Rod's been throwing some in there. I've been getting into the Yerfie spirit. So give me a Yerfie in that one with Cincinnati and St. Louis. The first 5, by the way, is pretty much at 5 flat, maybe even just to the under. So I like the over first 5, Reds and Cards.
Definitely nothing wrong with the Yerfie. Getting into a game quickly and getting out. Nothing wrong with that. Sometimes avoiding the bullpen, definitely not a bad situation there, Ramon. Hey, heading on over to Brian. What do you like here in the middle block of MLB tonight?
This isn't my favorite part of the card here, but let's look at that same game that Ramon was just on, the Reds-Cardinals game. I agree with him that there's going to be Reds here early in this game and often. I'm going to look at the Reds team total over 3.5. You can get that at minus 130 right now over on DraftKings. I think that's a pretty good price for that. And I would also take their team total over in the first 5 as well. And I'd like the full game over 9 in that game as well. We'll look at the Mets-Phillies game. You got Zach Wheeler on the mound for the Phillies and Blade Tidwell on the mound for the Mets. Tidwell did not look good his first start out. He got beat up pretty hard by the Cardinals team. And you got Zach Wheeler on the mound for the Phillies. He is one of their better starters, but I think these Mets team just has his number. So I'm going to take that total over 8.5. And I also think that the Mets have a chance to get this done today as well. So I'm going to take a shot with them on the money line.
Heading on over to Ron. What do you like here in the middle block of MLB?
Yeah, I hate to disagree with my good friend Brian there, but the Mets are just not playing good ball right now. I just can't see it. And Zach Wheeler at home, just almost unbeatable. So I'd lay the run line with that one. And then just to echo that Midwest, me growing up in the Midwest, Kansas City area, when you get these pitchers that normally go 6 innings and it's 110 degrees with the heat index, you're going to see a lot of them pulled out in around the 4 and 5 innings. So look for a lot of overs this summer in the Midwest game, especially like in St. Louis tonight. Big heat advisory going on there. So I do like you guys call on the overs early there. Some of those pitchers really labor in that Midwest heat. So keep an eye on that for this summer.
Definitely. You guys are trying to end the streak. The Reds, I believe, have hit 6 straight Nerfies in St. Louis. So go Yerfie. Speaking of Yerfie, I'm going to take the Yerfie. I know it's a little bit of juice, but because it's hot, speaking of hot weather in Arizona, Zach falling on the mound, Gomber on the mound there as well. That totals at 11.5. I'm going to take yes runs first inning in that one. And then I'm going to pair it up with another one that I like, no runs first inning. We've seen Mizrowski finally getting the start here for the Brewers here in this one, and he's taking on Joe Ryan. Both those guys can easily pitch us 3 outs and get us the Nerfie. So in this block, I'm going to take Arizona, Colorado, yes runs first inning, and pair it up with Milwaukee and the Twins, no runs first inning there in that block. Hey, that wraps up the middle block of games. Let's head on over to the late night section of MLB. You see some fireworks last night in the late night section. I don't know if we'll see it again. Possible spots that we could see some fireworks. We got the Royals heading into San Diego to take on the Padres. We got the Guardians taking on the homeless and the Athletics. We got Washington taking on the Dodgers. And then we got Boston into San Fran to take on the Giants. We'll head on over to Ramon to get us started. What do you like there tonight, Ramon, in the late night MLB?
Yeah, it was quite a scene here in the satellite studios for me last night, even though I was all by myself yelling at the TV during the Dodgers and Padres non-fight there. But I was having some fun watching the game for sure. Let me go to the Dodgers tonight. Mackenzie Gore and Clayton Kershaw. It sounds like two good left-handers going. That's where I'm headed, man. I'm going to go the under in this one in Washington and Los Angeles tonight. Yeah, Kershaw still kind of unwinding here, it feels like a little bit, but I'd say it's about time to be wrapping up into form here. So I know the Dodgers have been a big time over so far this year at home, but I think it matched up against Gore here, and the total has been dropping. It's now 8 juice to the over. So I'm going under tonight with Washington and the Dodgers.
Head on over to Brian. What do you like here in the late night MLB?
Yeah, I'm going to take a look. I'll look at that Dodgers-Washington game as well. I'm going to take the Dodgers on the run line there tonight. I think it's just a flat spot for Washington having to travel all the way to L.A. from being at home. I mean, they just haven't looked good. You know, they almost got swept by the Rockies. They get swept by the Marlins. I think the Dodgers are going to be able to get to Gore tonight. He didn't look good also when he came out against the Marlins. So I think I'm going to take the Dodgers run line there. I'm going to look at the Athletics taking on the Guardians, and I'm going to take the Guardians money line there. I mean, for that price against a team that just can't seem to get runs on the board and doesn't look good at all at home this season, or those homeless teams. So we're going to take the Guardians there money line.
Head on over to Ron. What do you like here in the late night MLB?
Yeah, I'm going to look at, of course, my MLB spreadsheet play of the day is the San Diego Padres. Take the -1 there. It kind of went up a little bit. I'm not sure where it's at now. It was coming down earlier. I think there was money coming on the Royals, but I'll tell you, this is definitely a Padres spot right there. And I'm going to look at Boston and San Francisco. You know, with Devers gone, Boston's really picked it up. They've done very well, surprisingly, with his exit. And now they get to see him for the first time tonight. I'm going to take Boston plus money in that one.
And for me here in this late night block, sorry, when I got to take the Dodgers over, I just can't help it. I see Kershaw on the mound, and I go over. Kershaw start over. His all 6 starts I've seen over the total so far. So I give it to him. He has been pitching well, but you still got to deal with that Dodgers bullpen, and we know what that bullpen's all about. I think I just can't help myself. I got to continue to ride. I've been riding all season long. I see Kershaw starting. I just take the over.
They're about pitchers that want to throw at batter. Oh, go ahead, Ross. Sorry.
Well, that's good. Then he'll throw out some batters and plunk them and get them on base, and then I'll get the over. Hey, I'm sorry. And then another one I'm looking at here in this time block of games is I'm going to take the under, though, in that Kansas City and San Diego game. I think it's just one of those spots that this Padres team starting to pick up their play. And if you can hold the Dodgers to a big fat goose egg, you can definitely hold this Royal squad to big fat goose eggs as well. That Padres bullpen's picking it up as well. Just imagine what your Royals could do if they had a little more offense punch.
The kid hit 2 yesterday.
I know, right? So they're starting to slowly put her down, but I think the Padres bullpen's starting to turn things on as well. I'm going to take the under that 7.5 there in that one. Hey, that wraps up the MLB for tonight. We're going to head on over a couple WNBA matchups here we got rolling tonight. Let's check those ones out. 3 games going. We got Dallas taking on the Suns. We got Washington taking on Atlanta. We got Seattle taking on the Aces. 2.5 there at Seattle. I'm going to say that Asia was definitely questionable. I still don't see any official news if she's going to play or not. It's a late game. Maybe somebody else has something that I don't. I'm not seeing she's still questionable in most places that I'm looking at. Whether she plays or not, still a question mark there. Let's head on over to Ron to get us started. What do you like in the WNBA tonight?
Yeah, she's still 50-50, Rod. Gabby Williams probably is going to play for Seattle, though, but I don't like the Storm on the road. And just like I said, in the 2-3 zone. Until the Aces can figure it out, I got to go against them. But I'm kind of looking at this one. I'd probably lean toward the Aces plus the 2.5 right now. And then Washington and Atlanta, they played about 5 days ago, and Atlanta wiped the floor with Washington in Washington. Now Washington's traveling. Washington's been a great team on the road, 9-3 ATS on the road. I don't think they get blown out again. I think they hang with them. Give me the 9+9 there in that one.
Heading over to Brian, a W for you tonight.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at that Washington Mystics and Atlanta Dream game. I agree with Ron there on a lot of what he just said. You know, Washington's a good road team, and I just feel like 9 is just too much points. And if you wait a little bit longer, it looks like it's climbed up a little bit. It might even go up to 9.5. So I would definitely take that 9.5 with the Washington Mystics tonight.
Head on over to Ramon. What do you like there in the WNBA action tonight, Ramon?
Well, I would have gone to maybe the Dallas-Connecticut game, but, I mean, come on, there's only 4 wins between them, so I'll just talk about this same game that these guys are talking about with Washington, Atlanta, but I'll look at the total. You got a Washington team 1-5 to the under on the road, Atlanta 0-5 to the under at home. That sounds like an under to me, and the total's already dropped 2.5 points to 157. I was thinking about a premium, but I'll just go with the under. Here is my pick on the happy hour. Give me the under with Washington Mystics, Atlanta Dream, 157 now tonight.
And hey, for me here in these spots, well, I will look at that Dallas and Connecticut game for you there, Ramon. We've seen Dallas. Their one win, one of the wins that they've got already this season was against the Suns, and man, we're talking about getting shot out of a can. Been a while since we've seen that matchup. So is it going to be revenge for the Suns? They have played a lot of basketball this week. So for me, that's the troublesome spot there. I would like to take the Suns plus the 4.5, but I think Dallas has the fresher legs. Still got that motivation from finally ending that 0-5 at home. I think that comes out here on the road, and I think they take it. I would lay it with the Wings.
Paige back in Connecticut. Yep.
No.
Paige is back in Connecticut.
And then the other one I'm looking at here is I like the Mystics plus the points. You just look at that lot. This will be the third meeting of the season between these two squads. And the first one, hey, the Mystics got it. 94-90 in that one. And the last one, they just shot awful. Absolutely awful. 18 of 61 from field goal shooting, hitting 30% of their shots. That's not what the Mystics do. What the Mystics do off of a couple days rest as well is cover spreads. I believe 11-2 off a couple days rest are these Mystics, which is what they have here. I think they come and fight in this one. I'll grab the Mystics plus the points. And then Vegas, Asia Wilson or no Asia Wilson. I'm going to take the Aces here in the first half. What have they done against teams that are firing offensively, hitting about 46% of their field goal shots? 8-0 ATS are these Aces in the first half. You're getting a couple points. I'll grab it. Give me the couple points you get with the Aces in the first half. I think it's come down a little bit. I see 1.5 in places. I know I got 2, but grab the money line. I think they have the lead heading into the halftime break. Do these Aces here tonight. Hey, that wraps up the sports. Wait, we got one more. We got the CFL game. We'll do a quick little gander at the CFL action. That thing skyrocketed up to -5 now. 5.5 in some books. Definitely shop your number with Saskatchewan. Totals come down though, 46.5. Heading over to Ramon. Got anything there in the CFL tonight?
Yeah, I'm going to go to a prop. I think, look, Toronto's got to turn around here sometime, but man, Saskatchewan's looking good, and they're obviously taking a lot of the action here with this side on the move. I'd imagine Saskatchewan's going to be able to put up their share of the load here in this one. I'm going to go with Keyshawn Johnson here. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take him to get a touchdown tonight. I got him at plus $1.15 here. I think he's probably down to $1.10, but I think it'll go where even money's going to be fine here with Keyshawn Johnson of the Riders. I'm going to take him for an ATD tonight against the Argos.
Heading on over to Brian. Any CFL action for you?
No, not tonight, Rod. Thanks, though.
No worries. Heading on over to Ron. What do you like hearing the CFL action tonight?
Yeah, this seems too easy for Saskatchewan. I mean, you got the the celebration took place for the Grey Cup. Get the rings and the banners and all that. I think they were distracted in the first game. I think Argos come out tonight. I'm getting +5. I got to take it. It seems like a lot of value right there on the Argonauts. But the Argos, they can't run the ball. They can't stop the run. So I really don't know what they're going to be able to do tonight. The defense is broken down. We got Arbuckle at quarterback, and just it doesn't look good. But it just seems really fishy. It seems too easy for Saskatchewan coming across country there. I'm going to take the Argos. Actually, I got it +3.5, so I'll take 5. Go for it.
All right, Toronto's got to get their run game good. That's the problem, right?
They got to get it going. Yeah.
The problem is you got to also have a healthy offensive line if you want to get to your run game going.
True.
You got to look at this Argo squad definitely dealing with some offensive line issues. They're also dealing with defensive lineman issues, middle linebacker issues. It's QB issues. Where aren't this Toronto Argonauts squad having issues? And then we're all still early in the CFL season as well. I don't like this spot here for Saskatchewan as they most likely they played out east, and then now you stay out east for another whole week hanging out in that end of the country when everybody else is back in Saskatchewan. So you hung out there. What kind of start are you going to get to this game? So I'm going to look at it. I think Toronto, they need to come out with a better start, and I think they do here. It's just one of those spots. I'm going to take the Toronto Argonauts on the money line here in the first half. I think they do come out with a better effort. I don't know about a full game beating Saskatchewan. It's a pretty solid Saskatchewan squad. But in that first half, I will take a shot. Give me the Toronto Argonauts on the money line in that first half in the CFL tonight. Hey, that wraps up the sports section. Brings us to the parlay, player prop, game in the future. We leave it up to the gabber to decide whatever they like here in this section. And then they'll let us know what they got going over at Tony'sPicks.com, because that's where you can find our best bets is over at Tony'sPicks.com, the ones that we got our money on. There's a quick link in the description, gets you right on over. We'll start us off with Ron tonight. What do you got for us tonight, Ron?
Well, tonight I got a couple in baseball. I got my WNBA 3-point play. It's been really hot. You can get that. Last night hit with the Valkyries. Hope to get it again, 2 in a row there. I'm going to look at some Korean baseball. The Korean baseball got rained out last night, so there was no video. You'll see a video tonight. Got a couple games lined up for you there. We'll look at college baseball. Andre was asking a question. You can actually find right now Coastal's +155 to win the World Series, and LSU is -190 at DraftKings. Looking at game one, it's going to be Cade Anderson, the ace there, 140 strikeouts and 93 innings pitched. And you got for Coastal, looks like Eichhoff's going for them. So the pitching matchup is really strong tomorrow. I would look at an under. I lean toward LSU in game one. I would like to see Coastal Carolina win a game or lose one game and see how they react. But I'm going to give you my series projection. I'm taking LSU to win 2 out of 3, and I do think it goes to Monday night, third game. So hopefully we'll be reviewing it right before the game on the happy hour. So Monday, tune in, because I do believe there's going to be a third game. Either way, it's going to be a great series. You got they won 26 games in a row now. It's just unreal, and kind of makes my Auburn Tigers look really good now, doesn't it? Because they came in and swept us. But yeah, LSU's a perennial favorite. We know how they are. Coastal won it in 2016. It kind of reminds you of that run they had in 2016, where they ran through everything. And like I said, here it comes. We'll see. The best thing that could have happened to LSU was not getting that third game with Arkansas. So thank goodness they got all their arms ready to go. Pitching is probably a wash between them, but the batting is definitely LSU. So as long as Coastal, they want to manufacture runs by getting on base, and you see they get hit by pitches left and right. You'll see that a lot too. They lead the NCAA almost record-wise, 176 hit by pitches this year. So I like Coastal. I'd like to see them win it, but I just think LSU may be too powerful and too experienced, if you will, for that team. But I think it goes 3 games. So hopefully we'll see you Monday night, and we'll do a review of Game 3.
Well, we'll see if they can win it all. We know they definitely ran away with the Jello shot lead, so we definitely know that LSU went far and won that one hands down. So we'll see how that rolls here on the weekend. I don't know, over to Brian. What do you got for this section for us tonight?
Yeah, I'm going to do a couple player props here. I'm going to look at the Tigers-Rays game. Jonathan Aramado, he has gotten over a half a single in 5 straight home games, and that's a plus 120 price on Sportsbook, so we're going to take that. And then I'm also going to look at the Pirates game, and we're going to take the under 7.5 in that one. And then on the site, I have 2 MLB plays up for sale tonight. I have been struggling in MLB the last week. I lost, I'm pretty sure every night this week's been a losing night, going 1-2 or break even 2-2. So it's been a struggle this past week, but it's a new week, new series starting up today. So looking to turn that around this weekend and get focused and make some money.
Definitely look for a big bounce back weekend from Brian. Head on over and scoop up his plays over at Tony's Picks. Head on over to Ramon. What do you got for us tonight in the Parlay Peripherals section, Ramon?
Yeah, I'm going to go out to the PFL World Championships. This is action already underway, the event anyway, and I got a couple of fights for you. You can parlay them up. They got pretty good odds here. You can play them separate because they are pretty evenly matched. I've got here lightweights. These are semifinals here. Lightweights with Antonio Caruso. Now, the favorite's taking the money here, so we're getting a little bit of value here for sure. Caruso, you're going to get him at plus 125 or better, and I like him over Vinicius Sensi. That one's coming up probably within the hour in about 60 minutes or so. You got time. And then we're going to go to flyweights a little bit later on down the card with the ladies, Jenna Bishop, a minus $1.25 or so over Ekaterina Shakalova. Take Bishop over Shakalova in the featherweight bout at the PFL semifinals tonight. And it's on ESPN Plus if you want to check it out. Over at Tony'sPicks.com, I got a 3-pack in Major League Baseball tonight. And I also got my $19 discount best bet. Rod, I know I just talked a bunch of junk about Dallas and Connecticut, but that's where my premium players with the 2 worst teams in the league. But hey, I've got my premium over there, $19 discount best bet in the WNBA. So check me out at Tony'sPicks.com and use the promo code TonyT at checkout to save 15%. If you pick that one up, it's kind of like the old broken windshield special. You know, you leave 4 tickets on your dashboard, somebody breaks the window and leaves 4 more. Now you got 8 tickets for the game.
Right? Definitely. Hey, you never know with this one of those games. Sometimes it's those spots. You find something that ticks. I mean, we're all about making money on them DJing games there, Ramon. We like them. We just like any spots to make us money. That's exactly what we love here. So definitely go check out what Ramon's got there over at Tony'sPicks.com. For me tonight, I got you my parlay. I'm going to do a little 2-teamer. First half parlay, as I alluded to. I like the Aces on the money line here in the first half. And I'm going to take the Argos on the money line here in the first half. Little 2-teamer money line first half parlay for you. And then over Tony's Picks tonight, I still have my MLB play of the day up there as well. You can scoop it up. We dropped it yesterday to end the 5-game streak there. So 5-1 with the MLB play of the day. It's included in the Friday package. It's Friday, so I got a Steak Friday pack up there for you. 5-pack for MLB, and then my top play of the WNBA as well is up there. So definitely head on over and scoop up that pack. Or it's the weekend, so definitely check out that 3-day pass as well. Get your Friday, get your Saturday, get your Sunday, throw in some Monday there. You get a 4-day pass for the 3-day pass. Also take advantage of that 2-for-1 capper promotion as well. Can't go wrong with that. That'll get you aboard long-term here at Tony's Picks when you pick 2 of your favorite cappers up. Because when you're aboard long-term here at Tony's Picks, that's where you want to be. Because if a capper puts a play in 10 minutes to 2 hours before tip-off, you get that email directly to you. It's one of those exclusives here at Tony's Picks. I haven't seen that offered anywhere else where you get your plays emailed directly to you when you're aboard long-term. So jump aboard over at Tony'sPicks.com. Let's have a big weekend of winning together here with everybody. So appreciate everybody as we wrap up the week here on the Happy Hour Show. Definitely appreciate everybody who tunes in at the 5 p.m. Eastern time. Andrew in the chat, figuring it out in the chat, Ron Hahn in the chat, Tony in the chat as well joined us there. Kevin as well in the chat. So definitely shout out to everybody.
Chris Atkins was in there giving some stuff away too. Yep.
Was Chris in there? Oh yeah, there's Chris early. He's tattooing and listening to us here on the Happy Hour. So shout out Chris Atkins in the chat. Definitely go check out his home run prop videos going there as well. It's been hot there.
Yeah, Andre, good luck with Coastal, man. I hope you do win it. Take them plus 155 series to win it. Try it. They're on a roll. Who's going to stand in front of them? We'll see. It's going to be great.
The Jello shooting champs are going to stand in front of them.
The Jello shooting champs.
And the streak. Right? So they're going to try to. We'll see what happens. There should be some good baseball, though.
They got their ace going tomorrow, that left-hander.
Yeah,
we'll
so definitely, if you're in for some good baseball, definitely go check that out. The College World Series will be looking. Definitely can't wait. Hey, that wraps it up here for Friday's action. Any final words before we head on out for the evening slate?
Got some Gold Cup there, Ramon?
No, I'm going to go to the FIFA Club World Cup. This one, top of the hour. I'm going to take LAFC, believe it or not, Ron, here. I know
What?
They lost to Chelsea. Look, they're taking on EST, or well, Ron and I know them as EST, but if you're looking on your book, Los Angeles FC over Esperance Tunis, coming up top of the hour, lay a half a goal at plus $1.05. I'm taking LAFC against Esperance Tunis.
Yeah, we had an upset last night. We had a PSG goes down, believe it or not. The champs of the world, the Champions
right now,
League.
looks like the teams from Europe, maybe the favorites in PSG and Man City, and maybe, like I said, that's the problem with this tournament. Maybe they don't care. Meanwhile, the teams from South America, they seem like they do care, and they have the ability to beat those teams. So
they do.
Look at the South America teams when they're matched up against the powerful European teams this weekend, if those matchups are come about.
And I gave you Atletico Madrid last night against the Seattle Sounders, so maybe it's the North American teams that don't care either. Take Bayern Munich. Both teams to score tonight. I guess we'll go with that one.
All right.
Well, I didn't catch that game last night. Did Seattle do good for a change? Is that what's going on here?
No, it was 3-1 Atletico Madrid. We covered.
Okay,
that's one I gave out yesterday on Happy Hour.
What?
Yeah.
I don't think Seattle was that good. Come on.
No, Sounders are out.
Ooh. Maybe eventually they'll get better. Hey, thanks everybody for tuning in. Have yourself a wonderful weekend. Don't forget, tune in tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern for the Tony's Picks Morning Show. Have yourself a wonderful Friday night, everybody. Making it a winning one. And we'll catch you guys again tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern. See you guys then.